Bitch, please.
Hey guys, I'm Timo.
And I'm Jason.
We are blogging today about another small list of some of our favorite gay films.
Yay.
This time we thought it would be fun to focus on 3 British ones.
Grouped together by theme.
Exactly. So I was thinking it would be fun to start with kind of the oldest one on the list, and that is Beautiful Thing. So it's sort of a coming out story about a young boy, 16, 17-year-old high school, or what we would call high school.
Yep.
And his neighbor, who is also closeted gay, and the mom of the one boy is supportive, and the dad of the other boy is like not, and his brother are like not supportive at all, and like it was sort of quirky and strange, and it uses music from the Mamas and the Papas and Mama Cass.
You're gonna be nowhere, the loneliest kind of lonely. It may be rough going.
Brilliantly, I think, and it's just
It was fresh. It was
yeah.
not, it was a little depressing, but
I don't know. It just felt so. It felt like a moment.
it was kind of bittersweet too, I think.
Yeah.
And, even though like everything sort of resolved nicely in the end, it was still kind of left a little melancholy.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
guess.
that European ending.
Yeah, because it's they're still in their situation, and
Yeah. But they have that amazing scene where they're like dancing with each other out in the middle of everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody comes out. I mean, and it's sort of like, I just don't remember seeing a movie about 2 gay teenage kids. I was like 22, 23 when I saw it.
Right.
So I still sort of had a lot of those connections to being a teenager, and I remember just being in love with the film, and
it resonated well.
It did resonate well.
What's next?
Get Real. Do you remember Get Real?
I do remember Get Real.
I remember my other best friend, Jason, was super into this film. I think he loved how in-your-face the character was, where he was just like, yep, I'm gay, and he made like the big announcement in front of the whole school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's kind of hard to watch. That was like really
Oh, man.
hard on your sleeve, emotional, and
Yeah, it's a young British kid in like a prep school.
Right.
And it does have kind of some of the cliches, it's got the jock and
jock,
the thing,
yeah,
as he
like
turns out that he's secretly gay, and
that's a good moment when he comes out of the toilets and like the jock's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, and
I know
another good moment is in the pool.
Yeah.
The flirting, that's such a great scene. Again, it's a coming out story, and I think a lot of those 90s kind of films that I remember, all of them were coming out stories. These films are where I developed that sort of list of conventions
Yeah.
of gay cinema is because of a lot of these films. And so again,
What
it's
about-
not that it's bad.
What about like the sassy best friend girl?
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea for a trope as well, because Beautiful Thing's got a sassy friend, Get Real's got a sassy friend. I just remember it being really refreshing. I hadn't seen dozens and dozens and dozens of gay films, and so watching someone's coming out story, watching those powerful moments, it was really refreshing, and it was really interesting, and it's got a good ending, and it's cute, and it's
Another great moment on the dance floor where they're both like dancing with other people, but they're looking at each other.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Well directed and nice, and again, I don't really feel like it wraps up in a cute, neat little bow. It's not happily ever after. As cliche as it sounds, or as dumb as it sounds based on the title,
It doesn't end
it kind of got real.
Yeah, it doesn't end happy, but it ends with hope. And our last one was a recent one.
Yes.
Came out in 2011, I believe. And
so, yeah.
It's a very, very low budget independent film called Weekend.
I have a friend of mine in Texas who recommended it to me and was like, you've got to see this movie. He said it was a beautiful film, and I was thinking, like epic, huge, whatever, and it was so crazy to me.
It's very intimate,
Yeah.
like the way it's shot.
It is a beautiful film, and it's beautiful the way that a photographer frames a beautiful photograph of like a landscape across the city with the fog and the dew and stuff like
And
that.
there's a lot of shots like from outside a window looking
Mm-hmm.
in. You can kind of hear snippets of conversations, and there's moments where the filmmaker draws back.
So I feel like the director chose that through the window shot type thing because he's sort of got this theme that plays throughout the film of private versus public. Both characters
Because they
have
both
their,
had their inner ways of interacting with being gay.
right.
Whereas the main character had a private blog, and the other guy was doing audio recordings as an art project.
And so I feel like all throughout the film, he's using visuals to illustrate that. You don't have your typical omnipresent film audience view.
Right. Exactly.
And then he also does it, and this is where I really nerded out as a film student, is he uses sound in that way, where there are entire conversations that happen. I'm thinking of the end on the train platform, where like, there's times where you can't hear what the 2 characters are saying to each other because it's too private even for the audience to hear.
Right.
And I just was like, oh my God, the sound is good. If I had one complaint about this film is I feel that the drug use was sort of gratuitous and didn't need to be there. I mean, they're
Right.
snorting coke and you're sort of like, why?
Well, I didn't think it fit with that particular dynamic between the characters.
No, and I
That
think they
is
could have
a-
easily just
yeah.
gotten drunk, or in this case, gotten pissed, and it would have been fine.
Right.
You know, it's a minor gripe, and it's still a great film, and everybody should run out and see it. But yeah,
Definitely.
British gay films. They are wonderful.
3 of them. If you haven't seen them, watch them.
Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll be around.
We'll be around. Bye.
Bye.